I know it's rude. I shouldn't work my problems out with food. I'm sorry, pal, I've got to. It's either me or you. Right or repeat. Eat or be eaten. Look what it makes me do. It's stronger than it was. And this is what the past child does. Even the cave on the miles of stone, I know where it's sad. Singing to echoes all alone, needing no longer dad. I never dreamed of the world above. I never seen the sky, and yet I was content. I never wondered why. I never knew such a word's rage. I remember you. You loved your boy inside a cage. All of the while you knew. Why bother giving me tassel shirts? Why even into me? Why bother washing up all the dirt? If I'm still a thing, you said you never hurt me, Mom. Whatever may occur. So how could you dare? Mom, make me aware. Mom, take me care. Mom, and this is not me. Oh, we had chance and happiness. Blissfully unfair. We had love without your bliss. We never had breath. Cause you have to come destroy our love like everything else I had. Yet still I am content. And I am not the least bit mad. No. I'm not here to harm you. I only want to kill. You shall have your monster. I shall drink my fill. At last I am embracing my bloody destiny. Dear Mom and Dad, this face will be the last thing that you ever see. Revenge will be a home for me.
Oh, Lord. That's Gertie.
That does it! Somebody's got to kill this thing!
Oh, Gertie.
Hello, Father.
What's he talking about, Dr. Parker? What she told you? Enough. What have I done to lose the favor of my father? Tell me! You're not my son! I'm dying without my ambulance. Stand back, Dr. Parker!
Come on! Nobody's shooting anybody around here! Right? Stand down! What do you think you're doing, Edgar?
I'm going to kill my father! I'm not your father! That does it! Somebody's gonna kill us! You
You should have done as you told me on the day he was born. Or don't you remember?
I remember everything. I was Thomas's assistant at the time.
I was a young and ambitious vet, just starting out.
I loved him dearly.
I loved her dearly. I hoped that she would marry me if I asked.
I was hoping he would ask me to marry him. And there was a time or two when she had danced with me.
Her skin was so soft,
He was gorgeous and young.
and she was melting my arms.
We cared side out with the Lord.
But we worked hard at her door,
And we kissed with no tongue.
we made a promise to her. working late all night in my laboratory.
And that's where the accident happened.
I'm so sorry!
It's all right.
I'm such a klutz.
It's not a problem, really.
The pheromone had been designed to be rubbed into the hide of a cow to stimulate sexual arousal in the bull.
But he'd had no success with his previous experiments. In desperation, he explored beyond the bounds of accepted scientific practice. Into the bulb-red solution, he introduced the pheromones of a dozen other animals, some endangered, some human. The result had properties greater and more universal than he had intended.
You're so beautiful.
What's the part of what are you doing?
Love you, Meredith!
No!
That's right.
To say that he took me would be romanticizing the act. To say that he raped me would be unfair. He was beyond his own control, acting on an impulse of his own creation that I'm sure he didn't understand. It was the most painful experience I've had in my young life. But how was I to know what would happen as I tried to walk back home? The bats were attracted by the pheromone. They were everywhere. They bit. They burrowed. They burrowed everywhere. They violated me. I ran. They followed me as I tried to run for home. I hope my parents would know what to do.
Dear God, there it is!
What's going on? Oh my Lord!
Oh, bats! Help me get them off her!
I felt the bats release. What they'd done with me was this horror finally over. I looked up. The bats went after my parents.
The next morning, I found Meredith buried alive between the dead bodies of her parents. I took her to my home. I still loved her, although we were both so ashamed we could barely look at each other. When I found out 2 months after the incident that Meredith was pregnant with my child, I begged her to marry me. I hoped that she would love me again.
In my heart, I knew I'd never love him again. But I wanted my child to have a father.
We moved to Hope Falls, where I was sure with time we could put the horrors of the past behind us. But the true horror was yet to come.
Just one more push. That's it. Good. Wonderful. Congratulations, Meredith. You're the mother of a baby girl.
Oh, she's beautiful. Can I hold her?
Let's just clean her off for you. Wait a second. What's this? Hang on.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Give me one more little push with you, Meredith. There seems to be something else. I'm not sure. It may just be... Oh my God!
The job fell to me. I took the bat child out to the woods. I put to sleep countless animals in my work, so killing the thing should not have been a problem. I dearly hope that this act would finally convince Meredith of the depth of my love for her. And I couldn't do it. I felt to my horror that I'd been killing my own creation. Nonetheless, I couldn't take such a monster back to my home, to my wife, and have it serve as a reminder of the past I've worked so hard to erase. So I left her at the mouth of a cave, certain that time or predators would do what I couldn't do myself. but I was wrong. The bats, your true fathers, came and they took you down to their midnight mass. The bats, your true fathers, took you and made you theirs.
I wish you had not been a coward!
So you see, he's not a beast. He's my son. He's just a misunderstood boy. He's one of us.
But he's the cause of the cattle plague!
There is no plague, bud. You're trying to raise cows on the side of a mountain. Edgar.
You were right, Mother, to have wanted me dead. It wasn't a crime to have wished death upon me. Your crime was in giving me hope. How could you tell me I was human when you knew me to be a beast?
Shit, I can't.
Look inside yourself, Edgar, and you'll see a